I'm Judge Gwen Davis Yancey, and welcome to Mindshift Relationship Court, where we explore mindsets, habits, and relationship boundaries from the family room to the boardroom. We take expert testimony and provide you with court rulings so you can mind shift and live your best life yet. We have a phenomenal expert witness here today. But first, I want to explain how I run Mindshift Relationship Court. I run Mindshift Relationship Court in 3 phases. Phase 1 is the exploration phase. And the exploration phase gives the expert witness the opportunity to introduce herself, talk about her expertise and how her expertise was developed. Phase 2 is the Mindshift phase. And the Mindshift phase is when the expert talks about the tools of empowerment that can be provided to you to use as takeaways and incorporate in your life so you really can live your best life yet. And then phase 3 is the court ruling. The court ruling is where I summarize the expert witness's testimony and help you along with your empowerment path. So at this time, I would like our expert witness to introduce herself, talk about your expertise and how you developed your expertise.
Hi, my name's Shelly Armstrong. I am an executive functioning in the corporate environment, as well as I am the managing principal of SA² Consulting. It is something that I have pursued really not willingly initially starting out. If it wasn't for a mentor early on in my career guiding me down the path of people development and leadership, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. But I'm thankful for his obeying, I guess, or trusting in the leadership that he saw me exhibit in the workplace and seeking the opportunity to invest in me and develop me. And now I've, continued to grow and expand on what started out as something I really wasn't interested in.
That's really interesting because many times we have careers that lead us to our callings, and we don't always realize what our callings are until we have someone that either mentors us or helps to guide us. So that's really, really important that you talked about that. And so what kind of experience or education did you use to develop your expertise?
Well, one of the things that this gentleman did is he actually wrote a blank check to me. He essentially said to me, I believe you're a people leader. I think you're in the wrong field. I was in finance, went to school for accounting. So I seized the opportunity to take him up on his challenge, as well as an added-in project that forced me to do people development. And it's ultimately worked out well for me. I am an avid reader, avid researcher, and I do spend a lot of time continuing to grow myself. I think that's one of the things that's critical for anybody seeking to change their mindset is you do have to have a personal development plan that you use and find ways to continue to invest in yourself to continually grow.
That's awesome. And we're going to explore your expertise when we return in a moment. And when we do return, we will be in the Mindshift Relationship Courtroom. You are one decision from your next level. When you shift away from fear, you can begin to shift into your future. Your success is actually waiting for you. Welcome back to Mindshift Relationship Court, where we explore mindsets, habits, and relationship boundaries from the family room to the boardroom. And we have a phenomenal expert witness with us today, Shelly Armstrong. And I'm going to swear her in a moment. But before we do that, I would like you to tell the viewers how they can get in contact with you.
So you can reach me by email at shelley2@hotmail.ca. I'm also on Instagram at justshelley91, as well as Facebook at Just Shelley, and I'm also on YouTube at Just Shelley.
Good, very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the case and the case name, and then I'm going to swear you in. So this is case number 2019-6147. The case name is Leadership Career Path Planning. So if you could raise your right hand, I'm going to swear you in. So do you agree to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, we are talking about planning your leadership career, and I know you are an expert in that. So what are some of the important mindsets that a person needs to begin using or developing when they want to plan a career in leadership?
I think one of the real key components of anybody desiring to be in leadership, and it's one of the things that I learned and developed, like I had stated in a previous segment, was about understanding the value of people. Any great leader understands that people are the engine in which everything functions. So investing any time there would be a wise decision in your growth and the career planning of any individual that may even be reporting to you.
That is really important information, understanding the value in people. Do you find sometimes that people don't even understand their own value?
I do. I think as individuals, we tend to devalue ourselves more than look at our value. We also are taught to look at our weaknesses more than our strengths. And one of the things that I tend to focus my time and energies on, even when I'm developing somebody and even looking at developing myself, is increasing my strength areas, because our strength areas are those things that I just truly believe make us profitable and brings us a level of success in what we do in our careers.
So are there some habits that you can suggest to the viewers that they incorporate if they want to develop a career in leadership?
One of the habits I would suggest anybody invest in is mentorship. And the second item would be investing in yourself, whether that's through education, through reading books. And then the final thing is taking time for yourself. Part of valuing yourself and valuing your worth is understanding you need time away. So you can invest all you want in, moving your way up the corporate ladder, but if you don't take time for yourself, you will ultimately create a level of dissatisfaction because your energies are focused on success versus yourself.
That is phenomenal. And when we return from this break, we're going to elaborate more on being able to develop a career in leadership. We'll be right back. I'm Judge Gwen Davis Yancey, and we are back in session at Mindshift Relationship Court. And we are here with our expert witness, Shelley Armstrong, who is actually going to provide you some phenomenal tools when it comes to developing a career in leadership.
So one of the things that we talked about was people and understanding the value of people. And when you understand the value of people, particularly when you're looking to grow yourself in leadership, I have an acronym that I use, and it's LEARN. And the first thing that you do in this process is you have to listen. Listening is a form of two-way communication. So if you're looking to develop yourself as a leader and a leader of people, you first have to be able to listen and listen from a perspective of a two-way conversation. The second is you need to be able to examine. Many times in dialogue, you're going to gain information about the person that you're sitting across from. And it's important that you objectively examine what you're listening to. And in objectively examining that, you assess, which is our A. And in some cases, you have to take action. And what do I mean by that? So in leadership, there may be times that an employee or somebody that you're sitting with may express something to you that could be serious and it needs action. So you're assessing and then you're taking action. And then the last item is you're reassessing to make sure, whoops, spelled that wrong. You're reassessing to make sure that the facts that you've pulled together are accurate and that they make sense in what you're trying to solve and what you're learning about that individual. And the last item is being nimble. Nimble is a form of flexibility. It's another word for flexibility, and it's important that when we're engaging with people that we're being flexible in our engagement with them and we're not being so rigid to the point that we're sticking ourselves and sticking people in a bucket and not allowing them the opportunity to grow and learn. Not only learn about themselves, but for you to learn about them.
Thank you so much, Shelley. That is very, very important information for our viewers, because you can actually relate developing a career in leadership to the development of whatever your career is. And so you want to listen, you want to examine, you want to assess, take action, reassess, and be nimble. And that is our Mindshift Relationship Court ruling today. And I want you to remember that your mind is extremely powerful, and you have power over your mind, so you can mind shift and live your best life yet. I'm Judge Gwen Davis Yancey, and Mindshift Relationship Court is adjourned.